And one thing I've noticed is that, we talk a lot about sex dolls a lot, at least over in a lot of sectors that I'm used to being around, like the red pill and even black sector. But just seeing what I've gathered from the transgender community, things have already leapfrogged as far as sexual perspectives. And what do I mean by this? Of course, a lot of people who currently have sex dolls are just waiting idle until sex robots become reality. But in the meantime, you can actually hook up with a transgender. Here's what I mean. Now, see, you got guys who, as far as their struggles with modern day westernized females that aren't real women, you got these guys who have come to the realization that anything that seems feminine will do. As of late, it's been sex dolls. Later on, it'll be sex robots. But because transgenders for certain guys provides a good meantime solution, they go for that too. Now, this is something that most guys of such keep a secret so that they can still, try to, attach on to this thing that they're still heterosexual. And this is really, I hope, a good general video because I feel that no one should point a finger. No one should be trying to make fun of somebody who even considered someone that was heterosexual, or even homosexual. Now, a lot of things are changing in society for the worse, but people are still trying to get something better out of it. You have to understand, when a man decides that he wants to be with another man that's, homosexual, or he'd want to be with a transgender woman, he's still trying to seek something feminine. He's just going to the far extreme end of the paradigm for those things. Now, if a woman was a real woman because she's being a less masculine female, then he wouldn't need to go this route of being around a homosexual man or a transgender. And so, I have to make sure I got my terms right. So, my bad. A transgender woman is, if I'm not mistaken, is a woman that has transitioned her gender from woman to man. And a transgender man is a man who has transitioned his gender from man to woman. Now, for those other transgender community, if I didn't get that right, trust me, by the time you look at this video, I did look it up on Google. But feel free, if you still want to put in the comment section that correction, that's fine. But this is just a general video, man, just overall, because I just want people to have awareness that, with all these females that aren't real women, you can nag all you want, but you've become so masculine that some guys see that even a transgender is more attractive than you, and that's sad. But that's not to even say it's sad on the transgender community's fault. I'm just saying it's sad just for these females that's supposed to be real women. You're supposed to be real women. You're supposed to be, okay? And then I've even noticed guys who haven't truly been in their masculinity, if you will. They'll have certain feminine traits about them, so they'll even accept a transgender that will penetrate them. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still trying to come into his own, because in some ways he has been, I'm trying to think of the word, man. I can't even think of the word right now. But anyway, he's lost a lot of his masculinity already in this society. So he's still struggling with it. So he doesn't even mind if he got with a transgender, he can be penetrated, because that represents his masculinity being lost, but he can still be around this transgender who has some type of femininity amongst themselves that he can coexist with, even if it's secretly. The only time you'll get a transgender to show that receipt or bring your darkness into the light is when you try to shame that transgender, even though you showed interest towards that transgender. So for all you guys that, you still want to be on your heterosexual, stay heterosexual. You just need to find real women and stay away from the typical females. But a lot of guys have been emasculated already, so they don't even know the concept of dealing with a real woman, let alone coexisting with these masculine females. So they'll get around maybe a homosexual guy or a transgender who has some sense of femininity, and they'll just kind of be cool with them low key until it's more comfortable down the road to come out the closet. I see that. I get that. We're just at a place where things are evolving as far as sexuality. I myself personally will remain heterosexual. I always had this in mind. I just, but I understand this whole transgender thing. And from this video, I hope you guys can see how I can look even further ahead of current reality. You know what I'm saying? This video, I hope to many people, is very futuristic in the way that I just detailed things. And I still can't think of the word that I was looking for. Yes, I remembered it. Castrated. Yes, a lot of guys already feel castrated in this society, that they don't have the opportunity to fully use their sexual organs as men. Now, let me finish up with this. You got people that are paralyzed, okay? You got people who can't even use sexual organs. They probably weren't even born with sexual organs, all right? Born with half a torso. So you, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you just need a friend, okay? And so a lot of guys that have been around these females that aren't real women have realized he can't even get a friend out of them without there being a question of where we're going to go with this and why are you around, or if you're going to use me and things like that. But from what I've gathered and from, a lot of things that I've observed in videos and even testimonies of people that have actually conversed with me and talked to me, some of your alternative orientations have, developed great relations. You can, you might make fun of a transgender or a homosexual person, but you never know. Your life might depend on someone like that. You might need that. Your life might end up saved by one of those people. Then what?